a young man driving buses through the busy streets of Caracas, Venezuela, never imagining he would one day run an entire country. That's exactly how Nicolas Maduro's incredible journey began. Before we get started, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started. Nicolas Maduro, born on November 23, 1962, in a working-class neighborhood called El Valle, Maduro grew up in a family deeply involved in leftist politics. His father was a trade union leader who tragically died in a car accident when Nicolas was just 26 years old. But what makes Maduro's story so fascinating is how he went from being an ordinary bus driver to becoming one of the most controversial presidents in Latin America. In the 1990s, while working for Caracas Metro as a bus driver, he became involved in union activities and quickly rose through the ranks as a political organizer. His life changed forever when he met Hugo Chavez, the charismatic military officer who would later become Venezuela's president. Now, here's where the story gets really interesting and romantic. Back in 1992, when Hugo Chavez was arrested after a failed military coup, a brilliant young lawyer named Cilia Flores stepped in to defend him. Celia, who was born on October 15, 1956, was already making waves in Venezuela's legal world. She successfully helped get Chavez released from prison in 1994, and this moment would change everything, not just for Venezuelan politics, but for her personal life too. During this time, Nicolas Maduro was working as Chavez's bodyguard. Can you imagine the drama? Here you have Celia, the sharp lawyer fighting for Chavez's freedom, and Nicolas, the loyal bodyguard protecting the future president. It sounds like something straight out of a political thriller. Celia and Nicolas met during this intense period and fell deeply in love. But here's the twist that even Hollywood couldn't write better. They lived together for nearly 20 years without getting married. That's right. For 2 decades, they were one of Venezuela's most powerful couples, but they kept their relationship unofficial. It wasn't until July 2013, just months after Maduro became president following Chavez's death, that they finally tied the knot. Their wedding was intimate and understated. Nicolas wore a simple white guayabera shirt, while Celia chose a white blouse with an off-white jacket. But don't let the simple ceremony fool you. This was a union that would reshape Venezuelan politics forever. What makes Cilia Flores absolutely fascinating is that she's not your typical first lady. Maduro doesn't even call her the first lady, he calls her the first combatant. And trust me, she's earned that title. Celia is arguably the most powerful woman in Venezuelan politics, and many people believe she's the real mastermind behind Maduro's presidency. Think about it. She was already a political heavyweight long before marrying Maduro. She became the first woman to serve as president of Venezuela's National Assembly from 2006 to 2011. Before that, she served as the country's attorney general. This woman has serious political credentials that would make any politician jealous. But what's really intriguing is how much influence she has over Maduro. Political analysts describe her as someone who works in the shadows, but is always in the right place. She's surrounded by what people call the floristeria, or flower shop, a network of family members and allies who help her control different aspects of Venezuelan politics. Now every powerful family has its scandals, and the Maduro Flores family is no exception. In 2015, Celia's world was rocked when 2 of her nephews, Efrain Antonio Campo Flores and Francisco Flores de Freitas, were arrested in Haiti. The charges? Attempting to smuggle 800 kilograms of cocaine into the United States. This scandal, known as the Narco Sobrinos affair, which literally means drug-dealing nephews, sent shockwaves through Venezuela. The nephews were carrying diplomatic passports and allegedly promised that no law enforcement in Venezuela would interfere with their drug shipments because planes would depart as if some from our family were on the plane. Both young men were found guilty and sentenced to 18 years in prison. However, in a dramatic prisoner exchange in 2022, They were released and sent back to Venezuela in exchange for 5 Venezuelan-American oil executives. So the whole affair highlighted the complex web of corruption allegations surrounding the Maduro government. While millions of Venezuelans struggle with poverty and food shortages, Maduro and Cilia live a lifestyle that would make any celebrity envious. Reports suggest that Maduro owns properties worth millions, including a luxury apartment in a high-end Caracas building that allegedly cost over $20 million. His car collection reads like a millionaire's dream garage: Toyota 4Runners, Ford Explorers, Toyota Sequoias, and even military vehicles. He's been spotted wearing expensive watches, including one that was allegedly a gift from soccer legend Diego Maradona, valued at around $49,000. For someone who claims to represent the working class, these luxury items have sparked significant controversy among Venezuelans. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room: Donald Trump's escalating conflict with the Maduro government. This isn't just political drama, it's becoming a real-life international thriller that could reshape Latin American politics. When Trump returned to the presidency in 2025, he didn't waste time targeting Maduro. The Trump administration has labeled Maduro as the leader of a terrorist organization and doubled the bounty on his head to a staggering $50 million. To put that in perspective, that's twice the amount that was offered for Osama bin Laden after 9/11. But Trump isn't just making threats from Washington. In August 2025, he deployed multiple U.S. warships to Venezuelan waters, including guided missile destroyers and even a nuclear-powered submarine. We're talking about over 4,500 U.S. military personnel, including 2,200 Marines, positioned just off Venezuela's coast. This is the largest U.S. naval mobilization in Latin America since the 1989 invasion of Panama. Faced with this unprecedented military pressure, Maduro and Cilia haven't backed down. Instead, they've gone into full defense mode. Maduro announced he's mobilizing 4.5 million militia members throughout Venezuela to defend against any potential U.S. intervention. Picture this: thousands of civil servants, housewives, and retirees lining up in Caracas to join the militia, ready to defend their country. Cilia, true to her first combatant title, has been by Maduro's side throughout this crisis. She accompanies him to almost every official event and continues to wield significant influence behind the scenes. Her political experience and strategic thinking are likely crucial as they navigate this dangerous period. What makes this situation so dramatic is that it's not just about politics, it's personal. Trump has specifically targeted Cilia with sanctions, freezing her assets and limiting her international travel. When this happened, Maduro's response was both defiant and protective. Don't mess with Cilia. Don't mess with family. Don't be cowards. The current standoff has all the elements of a blockbuster movie: a former bus driver turned president, his powerful lawyer wife, international intrigue, family scandals, luxury lifestyles, and now military confrontation with the world's most powerful country. As we watch this international drama unfold, one thing is clear: Nicolas Maduro and Cilia Flores are fighting for their political lives. They've survived economic sanctions, international isolation, and opposition protests. Now they face their biggest challenge yet: a U.S. administration that seems determined to remove them from power. Yet the question remains: how long can they hold on to their throne? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next big story.